Good evening to all. Thank you to the Inter-American Dialogue and to its President and CEO, Rebecca Bill Chavez, as well as Tamara Tarasiuk, Director of its Rule of Law Program, for this opportunity to address you. Venezuela is living a pivotal moment. After 25 years of devastation and division, we have managed to get our country back together, awakened and willing to fight for our freedom. Only 18 months ago, Venezuela looked hopeless, sad, without strength. And we went from community to community, from towns to cities. Even the smallest places where they used to ask me, why did I go there if there weren't any votes, significant votes in this campaign? But it was much more than an electoral process. It has turned into a social movement, a cultural movement with profound roots. They told us it was impossible to get the country together, tearing down the barriers that had divided us, that it was impossible to carry out primaries, to legitimize a new leadership, that it was impossible to get to the elections with a united candidate, and certainly that it was impossible to prove a victory in face of the magnitude of fraud the regime has committed. But we achieved everything. And on July 28, over 1 million volunteers all around Venezuela worked to protect the right to exercise the popular will. Over 12 million Venezuelans voted, and Edmundo González Urrutia won by a landslide of 70 to 30.
We have offered all necessary guarantees for a reasonable transfer of power, and those guarantees are still on the table. The only remaining step is for them to comply with the people's decision. Given the sovereign nature of the people, an external entity that truly respects Venezuela's sovereignty must recognize the decision expressed by Venezuelans at the polls on July 28. The international community can play a crucial role in promoting a peaceful and orderly transition in Venezuela. Guatemala's experience earlier this year served as an example. We urge the world to stand with Venezuelan people through several initiatives in our shared pursuit of peace, freedom, and democracy. Failure to act now risks turning Venezuela into a chronic problem in the Western Hemisphere. The cost is too high for Venezuela and of our nation.
We need to recognize Edmundo González Urrutia as the president-elect of Venezuela, and we need to put all pressure to dismantle the criminal structures and illicit activities that today fund the system. Maduro has to understand that this has no way back. We Venezuelans are determined to fight, to organize with more and more strength here and abroad. And you will see that time will come in which Venezuela will be liberated and our children will come back home. We need you now. This is the moment to act. Venezuela will be free.